Good morning, Sales Academy followers, listeners, podcasters, YouTubers, everything in between us. So you know who you are as thank you for being here as I don't know, there's an added line. Um, Today's subject, today's musing is one that's been around for years in my knowledge and experience and self-education, but it's a word that's really been coming up of late. Over this last year, there's been a real shift in the referrals that we're getting at Sales Academy, the introductions that we're receiving, and the people that are coming to us and bringing people to us. And remember, a number of these people are not actually working with us, but some have worked with us in the past. Some have just been around watching the YouTube videos, been to trainings or whatever and stuff like that. But they don't necessarily work with us, but they get what we do and they're able to refer us to people that need what we do, right? Now, and our approach. So the word today, or the musing today, is resonance. Resonance. And I want to read something. So I'm going to put me specs on, right? So I'm going to read you something because this is like the term resonance from a physics point of view. So, what is a simple definition of resonance? Resonance is the occurrence of a vibrating object causing another object to vibrate a higher amplitude. The occurrence of a vibrating object causing another object to vibrate a higher amplitude. Now, I'm a huge believer in energy and how we reverberate, right? And resonance was kind of first researched in terms of music and vibrations and sine waves and voice patterns and all that sort of stuff. Uh, but on a quantum level, when you hear these, some of the bigger minds talking about quantum physics and quantum jumping and kind of jumping from you to your doppelganger and all that sort of stuff, for some people this is too far out and it doesn't reach. But it's like each to their own. I am open to learning as much as I possibly can before I kind of shoot off this mortal coil, right? And I'm fascinated by the power of resonance. And so you would have heard me talk before about law of attraction and law of creation and stuff like that. And this law of resonance sits in that space because let's put this into an easier context, right? Let's put this into a context that um, the language or the kind of tone of voice that people will talk about this more freely, and I probably do as well, which is like your vibe attracts your tribe. Anyone that knows me will have heard me say that, right? The Sales Academy tribe, we talk about it. Our vibe attracts our tribe. We don't want to work with everybody. Everybody doesn't want to work with us, and that's okay. So rather than pretend to be someone not, we're going to show up as we are, the most authentic version of us as we are, in the knowledge that in here, breathing through my belly, some people are going to like us and some people aren't. I challenge you to get that authentic with your business brand, right? People are like, oh, but what about being professional? Fuck being grey. That's what I say. Stop thinking that and stop conforming to the thought process that being professional in business is losing who you are, right? What you're about, what you stand for, your values, what's important to you. Because that's the stuff that makes you tick. That's more important than a paycheck. So when you start to align yourself with who you really are and what you really believe in and what you're about, and when you really align yourself with your product or service, really truly helping other people, you can have everything you want if you help other people. Zig Ziglar famously said it. So bring that back to resonance, bring that back to energy, bring that back to vibration, right? Bring that back to your own experiences of friends, family support network, right? You know the negative Nellies, the EastEnders brain people waiting for the next drum beat, moving from the one drama to the next. They can't live unless they've got multiple dramas happening on. Loads of incomplete circles that keep them spiraling around and fundamentally keep them so busy with every other people's bullshit. It stops them focusing and leaning in and turning and facing their own, right? Yeah. And if you've gone on the self-development journey, I'm going to do another podcast on this. If you've chosen new or years ago to go on the self-development journey, you will know just how tough it is, right? It's not all roses and it's not all positivity and it's not all just positive mental attitude. Sometimes it's really snotty and smelly and cheesy and shit. Because going through stuff, unraveling, growing, truly properly growing, putting yourself through the mill, yeah, that's tough. But is it worth it? What's the old phrase in Men in Black? Oh, yeah, if you're strong enough. As Tommy Lee Jones says in his character, it's worth it if you're strong enough. That's what self-development's about. So, resonance. The question and the kind of challenge I want you to think about is What are you resonating? And how are you resonating? To what level of vibration and frequency are you? What is your energy level at? When you get up in the morning, what are you choosing? Where's your focus? Where's your energy? Right? When you're going into the school run, when you're going to take your kids wherever, where you're going to meet with clients and stuff, where you're getting on the train and the train's late or the traffic's bad, how are you choosing to respond and behave and be? Because that sets your mood for the whole freaking day. Like 10 seconds and your day's, so what are you choosing? You choosing those 10 seconds that lift you up, raise you up, vibrate differently, resonate differently. You attract who you are, right? It's like I saw this years ago and it really resonated with me. It's like life isn't happening to you, it's responding to you. It's responding to you. So what are you putting out? Go back to science. If you don't, if any of you sitting there listening and going, oh, this is a bit floopy, this is a bit, no, go back to science, right? Go back to electrical circuits that you did in secondary school, in science in the early days, where you make electric board where you put pins in, you put a battery in, you put a light bulb on, you connect it with copper wire, and the light bulb comes on when you stick the battery in. And then they teach you how to make an electrical current by controlling it by adding a switch in. So you put copper wire into the switch box, and then you can control the electrical current. And then they get you to wrap the electrical current, that copper wire, around something that is conductible of electricity, which in this case at school is a piece of steel. And what happens when electricity is running around that steel for a period of time? It's still steel, but it magnetizes it. It changes the makeup of it. It's still steel, but it's now become a magnet that attracts other things to it. Because a piece of steel is conductible of electricity, and so are you, so am I. And we have red blood cells flowing through us with positive and negative electrons, every single part of our body. So we are a walking freaking magnet in scientific terms. So when I ask you, what are you resonating? What's your resonance? What's your vibration and frequency? And therefore, what are you getting back? That's what I want you to have a think about. And that's what I want you to come and discuss with me. Cool. That's it, guys. Resonance. Enjoy. Peace out. That was today's musing. See you soon.